Hey guys, it is Saturday, July 21st. I am about 6 hours post egg retrieval. I feel like poop. My ovaries and uterus and back and colon area are just aching. When I say aching, I mean like sometimes stabbing pain. Um, it's hard to really like stand up or sit down comfortably. You just feel so uncomfortable. I wish there was a word that was more than just uncomfortable, but I can't think of one. I'm a little bit out of it still from all the drugs. So we arrived at the clinic at 8 a.m. They had me take an Ativan right away. They did my IV. In my IV, immediately they gave me gravel and antibiotics just to reduce the chance of infection. I got really quite sleepy from this. Matt read to me Game of Thrones while we were waiting. And then they came and got me, and they make you empty everything out of your bladder. So they make you sit on the toilet for a while and just like pee. Okay, you done? Yeah, okay, try again. And you just sit there for a few minutes just making sure everything's out. And then they take you into the OR and they get you strapped into this bed, and it's not like your regular stirrups. Your legs actually go into these like comfy, like almost like lazy boy areas for your legs, just for the best access to your womanly parts, lady parts. Then they start giving you the drugs that they give, and it's called they give you something so that you're consciously sedated, if I could say that word. And then they start the procedure. First thing they do is they put a speculum in and they clean the area with like a sterile fluid. And then they put the transvaginal ultrasound in, and then they take a needle through the transvaginal ultrasound into each ovary and remove each follicle individually. And then they are done. But this procedure, even though I'd say like most places in the States totally put you under, it is crazily uncomfortable. I compare it to when they were trying to move my daughter's position when I was pregnant. The amount of pressure you feel, and you just feel like you could vomit from the pressure. That's how it went. It was just really delightful. Anyways, they wheeled me back into the room where Matt and my mom were, and I'm sure I was just stoned and out of it and was asleep and going in and out of sleep. And then the embryologist comes in. I think it was about 10 minutes later, but I bet you if I asked Matt or my mom, it was probably like 30 minutes, 45 minutes later. He let us know that they were able to retrieve 5 eggs. As soon as they told me, like, I didn't cry. I haven't really cried about it, but I'm really disappointed. I just was hoping that there would be between like 6 and 8. Wishful thinking on my part, but I guess having 5 is better than having 4, or having 3 or 2 or 1 or 0. So I need to make sure I count my blessings. So after they take my eggs, they go take them to the lab, and then Matt goes and donates his sperm. And then they take his sperm into the lab. And in a natural IVF procedure, they just take the eggs after they've removed the skin and like the liquid around the egg, and they put it in a petri dish, and they just put the sperm in there and let it penetrate on its own. But because of Matt's limited mobility on his sperm, we do something called ICSI, which is ICSI. And they take the sperm and they pull it into a fine tip glass needle, and they inject it directly into the egg to give it like the best potential chance to fertilize. So now we're just in this like waiting game all week where we wait 24 hours and then we find out how many fertilized. And then 2 days from that phone call, they call us and let us know how many have kept dividing and made it to day 3. And then we go in on day 5 and we transfer kind of like what we got. We're not going to transfer everything. I think we're going to transfer between 1 and 2. I'll let you guys know. 3 is definitely out of the question. My doctor was adamant that absolutely no 3 embryo transfers at a time. I'm still feeling pretty shitty right now. Poopy. Sorry, mind my language. I'm planning on spending the rest of the day in bed, and I'll probably will tomorrow too. I look 5 months, 6 months pregnant from how much air they pumped into me, and I just feel really yucky. Just trying to drink a lot of fluids. Appreciate everyone's support. You guys are the best. You've made this process so much easier. Really, truly, I thank you. And I will give you guys an update tomorrow. Have a great weekend.